You're listening to the PRO Media Network. The next level in entertainment.
You're listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican Postgame Report. On the PRO Media Network, how y'all doing tonight, fam? This Big Q chiming in with your Pelican Postgame Report 329. Recapping Pelicans 3-game recap, Lakers, Suns, and Nuggets matchup. Pelicans, man, they looking pretty good, man. Pretty good. You know, I've been kind of really lambasting the team lately. I really applaud the move of them getting rid of Dale Demps a few weeks ago. Of course, since then, the Pelicans have always been a scrappy team, but you can see more fight out of the team. The Denver Nuggets matchup I had to applaud the Pelicans. That was a really big win. Really big. Let me give the Pelicans some love on that. Let's give them some love, man. That's a big win, man. Real big win. Big win. And it's huge because they beat a Denver Nugget team that was pretty damn good. 42-19 coming into this thing. The second best team in the Western Conference. Been playing pretty solid the entire season. Pelicans go into their building on the road. And you knew the Pelicans they're not any good on the road. We know this. But they go in the Denver building and were able to beat the Nuggets convincingly. They were able to take them out the game and get a good win. And it builds, the Pelicans get like a little mini winning streak here, man. We're going to cover that today. Also, we're going to, like I said, we're going to recap the Lakers, Suns, Magic games, quick recaps of those games, plus the preview of the upcoming game tonight against Utah. Got Pels news and notes, of course. Pelicans did sign a new player from Europe. We'll break that down to you. They released a player as well. We'll tell you about that. Anthony Davis also commented upon his future. We got some interviews from Coach Gentry that will also play during the duration of the show. Either the first segment or the second segment, depends on how long we run into it. But without further ado, we'd like to welcome you guys. Thank you for joining us on the Pelican Postgame Report. Excuse me, I'm traveling right now. I'm in a hotel room. I'm traveling, getting some business taken care of. And I'm just trying to tune in and click back to the family, let them know that we're still here representing the Pelicans. And we'll have a recap of tonight's game as well. So bear with us as we move forward. Now, of course, like I said, the Pelicans had some really good wins coming up. Of course, we expected them to be the Phoenix Suns team that really struggled. Denver was a really big win. Confidence building when the Pelicans get 2 straight without Anthony Davis. You know, he was sick the last affair. Even when you go back to the Lakers game, the Pelicans have played well enough to win these games. Now, they lost the Lakers game, a last minute 3-point shot by LeBron James. They could have won that game. Barring some of the turnovers that they had, the Pelicans could have beat them once again. Going previously, before that was the Philadelphia 76 matchup, where they could have won that game if it wasn't for a last minute block by Jimmy Butler. The Pelicans could have actually won that game, barring turnovers. What I'm saying is the Pelicans have played well enough throughout these stretch of games where they were good enough to beat one of the top teams in Philly, of course, without Joel Embiid, granted. But still in all, if you can be able to beat a team that has Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, and Simmons in it, and they only lose the game by 1, they are really showing some guts here. Now, of course, let's go over the Los Angeles Lakers game. Of course, the Pelicans, that game featured 13 lead changes and 9 ties. Now, they out-rebounded the Lakers 52-39, which was big, including 14-6 on the offensive end. And you know that's big because we don't out-offensive rebound nobody. Now, the 6 Lakers finished in double figures, including 5 starters. All 5 of the starters did. Now trailing 68-59 with about 10:40 remaining in the third. New Orleans went on a 15-1 run to take a 74-69 lead with about 7 minutes remaining. Then the Lakers answered by way of a 22-8 run to take a 90-82 lead with about 3 minutes left. Now during that stretch, the Lakers scored 10 points in just over 1 minute, with 3 dunks from Kyle Kuzma, which featured one from LeBron, and then trailing by 12, 104-92, the largest deficit of the game, about 8:36 remaining in the fourth. Pelicans went on a 25-14 run, cutting the deficit down to just 1 point. With about 1:40 left in the game, Lakers were able to deal the win, closing the fourth quarter on a 7-2 run, highlighted by LeBron James hitting that old lucky corner three-pointer as time expired to kind of up them with, give them a 6-point lead with about 31 seconds. Now, what I'm saying is the Pelicans played well enough in this Lakers game. Of course, Julius Randle went back home from where he came from, a team that drafted him. 35 points in the game, 11 rebounds by Elfrid Payton in the game, 10 assists by Drew Holiday. Played really well in this game. Really wasn't a downer for the Pelicans because, you look at how they played in this and against the Lakers, wasn't bad. Once again, they were on the road, this tough road stretch that they're on, and they almost came out with the win against that Lakers team. Now, remember, they beat them early on, and they could have beat them again. They were right at the precipice of beating that team. Now, moving on against the Phoenix Suns, Pelicans, of course, during the first half, they just looked it just didn't look right. But later on in the game, they were to step up, stop turning the ball over so damn much, and were able to take the game. Now, both teams struggled with turnovers the whole night. Phoenix had 19 of them, resulting in 31 points for New Orleans, while the Pelicans committed 25 of them, giving 22 points to the Suns. Now, New Orleans outscored Phoenix in the paint 64-46. Despite scoring 26 points, Devin Booker was 1 of 5 from downtown and 6 of 17 from the floor. He struggled, but he was 13 of 14 from the free throw line. Phoenix opened the game on a 7-6 run and held the lead the entire first half. Now, trailing by 48-38, about 7 minutes remaining in the first half, the Pelicans closed the second quarter on an 8-9 run to cut the Suns' lead to 1 at the half. Now, New Orleans scored on the 11-18 mark in the third quarter, taking the first lead of the game. Now, remember, the Pelicans opened the second half on a 21-9 run, taking the 11-point lead with just under 8 minutes remaining in the third. The New Orleans held the lead for the remainder of the game. Now, they have now won 8 consecutive contests against Phoenix. That's the longest winning streak against the Suns in franchise history. And the Pelicans doing a good job of that. Of course, Phoenix is still a team building towards something, but give the Pelicans credit that they won the game that was supposed to win and got it over with. Now, let's see what old Coach Gentry had to say about a nice win that his team had against those pesky Phoenix Suns. As Coach Gentry.
Coach, a young team, but one that is hungry, your opponent tonight. How do you approach this with your young core?
Well, they're all NBA players, and, they got a guy that was the first pick in the draft, and they also got a guy that's capable of scoring 70 in an NBA game. There's very few names that you can say that about. So, and they're a good team. They're just a young team. They got talent, and the more they play and the more experience they get, the better they're going to become.
How has Kelly Oubre, another New Orleans native, just like Elfrid, how has he changed things, or what has he brought for the Suns?
Well, I think he gives them, kind of a proven guy that very athletic, plays a position that they desperately needed, and very athletic guy, can do a lot of things. Take the ball to the basket. I think he just added a little toughness also to the team that they were missing also.
Plan the same for Anthony Davis in terms of minutes allocated over quarters, the first 3?
Yes, he's probably going to play that way the rest of the season, really.
Elfrid has 30-something assists in the last 3 games. What do you like about just what he's been doing as far as running the team and the offense?
Oh, I think that he's healthy, number one. And, when he's been healthy, obviously he's an elite guy at driving the ball to the basket and getting in the paint. And he's been able to make plays doing that. And, obviously when he does that helps our offense a lot, really.
That's old Coach Gentry talking about the win over the Phoenix Suns. Pretty good win by the by the Pelicans over the Suns. Speaking about that young Phoenix core, but we ain't talking about Phoenix. We're talking about the Pelicans. Pelicans got a young core. Their own. You heard the question by Jen Hill about Anthony Davis saying that he was supposed to play that way. Of course, We're going to get to some Anthony Davis talk in a few minutes, but moving on to the next contest, they beat the Suns pretty convincingly, to end this game, winning very convincingly. Now, the next thing, focus for the Pelicans, of course, we heard them say that they focus on the young core. Smashing Phoenix 130 to 116 is good because it adds to the confidence building as the team is trying to turn a corner here. The big win, a really big win, I would say of the second, after the All-Star break, Pelicans, not too many wins, but this was a big win against Denver. And I keep saying that because they erased a 19-point deficit to claim the victory. They came back from 19 in their building. And Denver is a pretty damn good team. Now, after losing the first quarter by 12, Pelicans fell behind 49-30 with about 9:45 remaining in the second. Pelicans began to come back. They came back in the first half on a 37-22 run. They cut the deficit down to 4. Now, I watched this game as I watch all the games. They look pretty garbage time early on in the game. I ain't going to lie to you. Pretty garbage time. They turned the ball. It's like watching the Pelicans brand of basketball is like really troubling. If you're a guy that likes to watch good basketball, because they don't play, fundamental basketball. They turned the ball over 21 times against Denver, giving up 21 points, a point of turnover. And this is one of the games where the Pelicans actually forced the team they made the other team pay for turning the ball over. Denver turned the ball over 16 times for 27 points. So the Pelicans made them pay for turning the ball over more so than what Denver did to us. Now, Pelicans shot 49% in this game, which was really good. That's from the field. 12 of 30 from downtown for 40%, where Denver stunk. 9 of 32. They couldn't get anything going. Jokovic was in trouble from the opening jump. He was trying to facilitate his own game out there, throwing elbows. He wasn't doing the things that Jokovic is supposed to do, make passes, set his players up, collect a double team, find an outlet pass for a wide open 3-point shot. They just couldn't get it going. The Pelicans did a good job of frustrating them, and they seemed frustrated themselves in this affair. Pelicans beat them in the points in the paint, 62-52 by 10, even though they just did a lot of good things. I didn't like the fact the Pelicans stunk at the line, 18 of 26 from the free throw line for 69%. A lot of missed free throws in this affair. Could have been a lot larger in terms of the lead, winning the lead. But they, like I said, despite all of the garbage time stuff that this team do in terms of turning the ball over and all that kind of madness stuff that they do, they found a way to beat this Denver club, which was a major win. It gives them a 2-game winning streak, and it was huge. As you can see, the play of guys like Kenrick Williams and Frank Jackson contributed big in this game. We'll cover the individual statistics. Let's see what old Coach Gentry had to say about his team performance against Denver. His Gentry.
Could argue that he's the best player at his position in the league, really, and I'm not real sure why his name hadn't come up as an MVP candidate when you think about the record that they have and the way he's played. He's almost a triple-double waiting to happen night in and night out. And, good three-point shooter, great at making the right plays down the stretch. And I just go back to when we played him, 2 or 3 weeks ago, tight game, and they go to him the last possession of the game, and they end up with 2 layups that he makes and 3-point shot and another jump shot, but by him just making the right play. So great student of the game, really, really high basketball IQ, and looked like he really enjoys playing. So when you think about, the impact that he has on the game and you add all the other guys, Jamal Murray has been playing phenomenal basketball since he walked in as a rookie, and, Beasley, and, you just keep adding them, and now they got some guys back, that was hurt, and, the record speaks for itself. Right?
Anthony Davis not scheduled to play tonight.
That's Coach Gentry, man, talking about the Nikolai Jokovic, among other players from the Denver Nuggets. They were off, man. Jokovic did finish with 20 points in this game, but Will Barton and the rest of those guys, man, they just couldn't get it going. Pelicans did a magnificent job, man, stopping that team. But anyway, we'll come back on the other side of the break, finish playing some more of that interview for Coach Gentry. Got AD talk, latest discussion on Anthony Davis, also the newest signing, give you a little information about him. All on the other side of the break. You listen to the Pelican Postgame Report. Stick with us.
straight sports talk from the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys.
Embrace Pet Insurance is more than just pet insurance. Embrace Pet Insurance promises to provide genuine support and certainty when your pet needs it the most. With personalized accident and illness policies, compassionate customer care, 24/7 access to veterinary professionals, flexible wellness plans, timely claims processing, and online customer portals, their values is what makes them Embrace. So, when selecting a pet insurance company as a partner in your pet's care, you deserve a company that has your pet's best interests at heart. Get top rated and reviewed coverage for your pet today. Up to 90% back on bills at any vet, total protection, pet insurance and wellness, and dependable claims payments. Get the top rated and reviewed coverage for your pet today. Go to embracepetinsurance.com. That's embracepetinsurance.com. Check the link in the description section below.
Get all the latest news and updates from your New Orleans Pelicans at the Pelicans Argue. The new and official Pelicans Daily Journal, covering everything Pelican. Attention, everyone. Get breakdown on games, free agent signings, and potential moves. Unbiased opinions and straight up facts with statistical analysis from G Balance. Go to www.thesportsdaily.com/Pelicans-I-View.
Are you a boxing fan? Check out Ring Kings Boxing only on the PRO Media Network.
Do you need a domain name? How about a host for your website that can work with WordPress? Try Namecheap.com. They make registering, hosting, and managing domain names for yourself or others easy and affordable because of the internet needs people. Namecheap is an ICANN accredited domain register and technology company founded in 2000. It's one of the fastest growing American companies according to the 2018 Inc. 5000. Celebrating nearly 2 decades of providing unparalleled levels of service, security, and support. Namecheap has been steadfast in customer satisfaction with over 10 million domains under management. Namecheap is among the top domain registrars and web providers in the world. They offer a full selection of popular and unique domains along with fully featured hosting packages, SSL security certificates, WhoisGuard privacy protections, and more, all at the lowest prices in the industry. So if you need a domain name or hosting or anything else, think Namecheap.com. That's right, Namecheap.com. Check the description section below for link.
Sports fans are gearing up and saving big at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues, teams, and players you love, unique one-of-a-kind designs exclusively by Fanatics, and autographed collectibles from today's biggest stars shipped directly to your home. Join Fanatics Rewards for free to earn fan cash on every purchase. Shop now and for a limited time, get 20% off all orders. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
There's a lot of reasons to be a fan, but only NBAstore.com has all the gear.
Are you a Pelicans fan? Check out the Pelican Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network.
You're listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
For all things Pelicans, you're rocking with the Pelican Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network. What's up, fam? Before we get to the second segment, I'd like to once again thank y'all for joining us and smash that subscribe button and notification button to get more content on the Pelicans from us here at the Pelican Postgame Report. Of course, in just a second, we're going to go back and to finish recapping the Nuggets and Pelican game. Of course, Pelicans, very good win. I can't say enough of that. Excellent win. 2 games in a row, the Pelicans billing on something. Not to mention, they should have won the game against the Lakers. They were in that one. And, of course, the game against Philadelphia was a game that came down to a last-minute shot that was blocked by Jimmy Butler. But the Pelicans, if they would have cut the turnovers down on both those games, they would have won those games. That is very encouraging. Very encouraging. Because most of these games, they're beating themselves. Turning the ball over, Drew Holiday jumping in the air and forcing himself to make pass. Elfrid Payton just being disrespectful with the ball, throwing it all over the court. You know, if they can get that in check, and I doubt if they could just stop 10 to 15% of these goofy-ass turnovers that they're doing, that they should be able to prevail in many of these close matchups. And, of course, keeping your turnovers low and hitting your free throws. Free means free, like the commercial, free. Trying to overemphasize the point that they're called free throws because it's almost like they're giving them to you, but you have to convert. Pelicans had a difficult time in the Denver matchup converting the free throws. Cutting the turnovers down, hitting your free throws ultimately will help the Pelicans win more of these games. Of course, going into this segment, we know that the Pelicans interim, we played in the last show, the new interim general manager Danny Ferry came in to talk about evaluating the young talent the Pelicans have. Guys like Frank Jackson, guys like Sheik Diallo, guys like Kenrick Williams, guys like Jahlil Okafor. Looking at these guys, seeing that they want these guys to be a part of the team, that's smoke and cover, kind of a smoky kind of cover move for mixed tanking language, because as a team you would want to come out and say, man, listen, we got a young core, let's build on something, maybe we can get into the playoffs with this squad. But before I get into the rest of that kind of talk, let's go back and finish listening to what L. Gentry had to say about the matchup with the Denver Nuggets. His old Coach Gentry.
He's here. We'll see. If he's not feeling well, we may send him back to the hotel. But I know he's here and he wants to support the team in any way he can.
And finally, possibly getting some help. We hear perhaps the deal with Bertrand has come to a close, and we may be seeing him on in a Pelicans uniform sometime soon.
Yeah, we did sign him, and he's probably, it's a little bit of timetable before he's going to join us. Probably a week or so away from him joining us, but we're looking forward to adding him to the mix. Great shooter, just like his brother in San Antonio. So we'll see how that works out.
There's a few good coaching candidates for Coach of the Year, but in your mind, where does Michael Malone stand in that race?
Well, I think when you look at their record and what they've done, he's got to be right there with anyone, really. They're fighting to have the best record not in the West, but in the league. So I think anytime that's the case, you got to be considered. I think he's done a great job, a phenomenal job here with the team. Obviously, Budenholzer in Milwaukee, he's got to be a good candidate. But I think when you bring up Coach of the Year, Mike's name's going to have to be right there with any of them.
I really do hope that sometimes we'll get a coach like those guys, a Coach Bud or a Coach Malone, even a guy that looked like a mafia boss that coached for the Utah Jazz. I can't remember his name. I think his name's Snyder. But either one of those guys, in my opinion, young, youthful coaches that teach a balance of offense and defense. Imagine what those type of coaches would have done with this type of team that we had. You think that they would have started the season off playing just 8 people and the rest of everybody sitting on the damn bench? Then ultimately you had to be forced to play your bench to see what you had when you should have known that you've been here on this team for 4 years. Be that said, let's just culminate in the moment that the fact the Pelicans are on a 2-game winning streak, 29-36. The factor, the mindset of the team is to catch up. Of course, we know the general manager, nobody's talking about playoffs. They all also in tank mode. You got to, when you start talking about playing guys, the younger guys, and you have a weapon like Anthony Davis. Let's talk about Anthony Davis. You heard Jen Hale mention Anthony Davis was sick. Of course, we knew about his flu. That's why he didn't play. I think he'll play in the Utah matchup coming up. But AD's been making news outside. Of course, LeBron James has this little sitcom that he's doing on HBO called The Show, which he has entertainers, comedians, rappers, football players, just different guys in a mix talking business and talking reality, talking life as athletes in America. Anthony Davis was featured on one of these shows, and of course AD was quoted as saying that all the media around me, and now I'm getting a chance to take over my career and say what I want to say and do what I want to do. Davis said in the episode of The Shot with LeBron James that aired on HBO on Friday, quote, "So now you see everybody saying, all right, I see AD changing. Everybody's telling me you're growing up. It's about time to take care of your business, take care of your career. So now as a player, as a CEO of my own business, I got the power. I'm doing what I want to do and not what somebody else is telling me to do." Now through his agent, remember he wanted out of this. Now, it's, I don't have a problem with this, you know what I'm saying? And nobody telling Anthony Davis he can't do nothing that he don't want to do. since Anthony Davis been in New Orleans, they gave him the royal treatment. They roll out the red carpet for Anthony Davis. Nobody been telling Anthony Davis he can't say this and he can't do this. You understand what I'm saying? But it's just, is this really Anthony Davis, or is this damn agent that he got? LeBron's best friend, the manipulator. Is it LeBron's guy feeding them lines? Because who's stopping you from doing whatever you want to do? Who's stopping you from saying what you want to say? Hell, I ain't even know Anthony Davis had a business. I mean, but the reality at the end of the day is people could do whatever they want to do. He made a decision to go play with LeBron. He could have played with anybody, but he wants to go play with LeBron in Los Angeles. Of course, I agree wholeheartedly with that. At first, I was like, let's convince him to stay. Maybe you could show him you're making moves. Anything possible. I'm still in that mindset. Y'all guys let me know. Chime in the thoughts. Tell me what you think. But at the end of the day, if you can and you will get pieces for Anthony Davis, trade him up out of here. I wouldn't send him to Los Angeles in the same conference I'm in. I would send him away. If ultimately in 1 year he'll probably end up going to Los Angeles, but at least I have built my team on his trade. Beyond that, I think that a lot of this stuff, it's just the sneaky and underhandedness. I really, everybody, I like LeBron as a basketball player, but he got him and this agent and these people on the back got a lot of sneaky underhandedness to him. And maybe I ain't pay attention before because he was stealing other people's superstars and I ain't really care about their teams. But when you see it happen to your team, it's a different perspective, let me tell you. But anyway, that's what Anthony Davis was saying about him and his demand to do what he wants to do. Man, nobody stopped you from doing whatever the hell you want, Anthony Davis. I mean, come on, man. What's all this coming from? But anyway, let's move on to the next topic of discussion. The Pelicans making moves. They agreed to a contract with Euroguard Bertans. His name is Darius Bertans. He's a brother of Davis Bertans, who plays for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, of course, they announced this a few days ago that the Pelicans have decided they waived Tim Frazier, who I got to give Tim Frazier credit. Since he came back here, he was a hell of a lot better than the last time he was here. And they just couldn't find, when the change was made, Dale Demps came in, the interim GM came in, they just couldn't find any minutes for Tim Frazier. They releases him and bring in the first acquisition of Danny Ferry, I must say, was this fella from Europe. And pretty much what Darius Bertans is, he's still under contract now. It's going to be a while before they can get him over here. Coach Gentry said it'll be about a week, inside of a week for him to get him. Now, he is leading the EuroLeague in three-point shooting with 54%. That is absolutely insane. He has an out clause for the NBA that will allow him to join the Pelicans upon passing a physical and receiving his letter of clearance from the FIBA, from FIBA. Now, Bertans has represented his home country of Latvia at several stages of the FIBA level, including U6, U18, and U20. So he played in those championships as well. Numerous appearances for the senior national team in recent years. And he would be the fourth player from Latvia, from the country, to play in the NBA, including superstar Kristaps Porzingis, who's also from that country. And Bertans has a career 47% three-point shooter and more than 80 EuroLeague appearances. So this guy can shoot the ball from the three-point line in Europe. Now, will that translate to the NBA? Some have, some haven't. We're hoping it is. Trade Nikolai Mirotic. You needed a guy that can shoot the three, and hopefully Elvin Gentry plays the damn man so we can see if he can shoot the three. Because you know what El Gentry do? They'll get guys and he'll just sit them on the bench and you won't know what they can do until it's too late. So hopefully old man El Gentry get out of the way and start playing and let this guy see what he can do. Anyway, the Pelicans do have a matchup tonight. They're taking on the Utah Jazz. It's going to be in Utah. It'll be interesting to see if the Pelicans can put together another funky, fresh win. Anthony Davis is going to be in the house. Hopefully they play him in the minutes where it's supposed to count. If you're going to play him 25 minutes, play him 10 minutes in the damn fourth quarter. Utilize the weapon of Anthony Davis. You got to play him, right? Play him when it counts. But anyway, hopefully that'll happen. We'll see. Anyway, that'll do it for the Pelican Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network. Thank y'all for joining us today. As always, hit that notification button to subscribe. Hit that notification bell for no shows and share. Also, you can look in our description section below for more information. From us at the Pelican Postgame Report, thank you for joining us. Peace.
Are you a Pelicans fan? Check out the Pelican Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network.
The Kleins family has been getting people to go nuts for old nuts since 1995. As legends have it, a number of the Kleins friends who heard the idea said you can go nuts trying to name a store like that. In the excitement, the Kleins thought their friends said old nuts instead of go nuts and proceeded to throw caution to the wind. Old Nuts has over 2,000 items, bulk and wholesale prices of a whole lot of your favorite fruits, nuts, and confections, a selection of gift baskets for any budget, any occasion, and provides one of the best and impressively rated shopping experiences on the web. Fact is, between their selection, service, speed, or their online presence in the virtual mirror retail experience, they have developed an enviable client base that's comprised of personal and professional customers who count on their remarkable range of gift baskets. Think of gift basket, think about Old Nuts. Check them out, oldnuts.com. Check the link in the description section below. Tea is your escape. It's your opportunity to create a moment for stillness, for reflection, for yourself. It's your connection to a world of senses, flavors both exotic and familiar, energizing and relaxing. It's your retreat from an increasingly turbulent world. It's the perfect paradox of simplicity and complexity. Teabox.com connects tea to people, uniting the richest flavors of the finest teas with the curious, the cultivated, and the adventurous all over the world. The freshest tea you've ever tasted, from crop to cup. There's simply no simpler way to experience the wonderful complexity of tea. Teabox, packing up the freshness. Tea thrives on freshness, and so do they. Teabox temperature and humidity control facility ensure that tea is maintained. The teas themselves go into oblique bags with aluminum layers that protect them from excess moisture and light. With Teabox, shopping for fresh, loose leaf tea is easy because you make an informed purchase. You know exactly where your tea is coming from. So for the freshest teas in the world, check out Teabox.com. That's right, Teabox.com. Check the link in the description section below.
Are you a boxing fan? Check out Ring Kings Boxing only on the PRO Media Network.
Go to newfrog.com for all of your electronic gadget needs. Fastly becoming #1 online seller of cell phone and accessories, consumer electronics, automobiles and motorcycles, home and garden items, 5D diamond painting crafts, electrical and tool supplies, computer and networking supplies, lights and lighting supplies, sports and travel items, toys and hobby supplies, apparel and accessory, mother and kid items, health and beauty items, and much, much more. Newfrog.com has up to 70% off on some products. And you can check out their weekly promotions for all the best deals. Remember, when thinking online electronics and gadgets, think New Frog. Newfrog.com. Check the link in the description section below.
In today's world, children are bombarded with negativity on television, online, and at school. Our kids need to have a positive outlook on life and the world around them. I want to share with you a valuable resource you can use to bring positivity into your child's life. It's the new book, 101 Powerful Children Affirmations, a guide to positive child self-image, from author and dad, G.J. Barabino. This is a simple guide loaded with wonderful and inspirational affirmations designed to uplift young people's spirits. This positive and powerful children affirmational is chock full and loaded with wonderful inspirational sayings that will lift your child's self-image to whole new levels through the awesome power of spoken word. 101 Powerful Children Affirmations, a guide to positive child self-image, from author and dad, G.J. Barabino. Available on Amazon. Order a copy for yourself, your child's teachers, or anyone you know with children. 101 Powerful Children Affirmations, a guide to positive child self-image. Order your copy today.
What's up, Sports World? The PRO Media Network is on a mission to reach 10,000 subscribers. So besides our regular programs like the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, the Pelican Postgame Report, Rapid Fire TSC, and others, we will be expanding out and offering other content like movie, anime, and gaming reviews for your entertainment. So if you enjoy our content, please donate at our Patreon page. Also subscribe, comment, and share. and help the PRO Media Network reach 10,000 subs. Peace.